Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. Well, today, as you can tell from the title, it's all about Brandon Day. Oh my goodness, that crazy guy went and did it again. Can you believe it? He sent us over some more boxes that way. Actually, on this one here, the way it turned out, I remember when I did that video on one of the biggest tool hauls that YouTube ever seen. Well, Brandon actually seen a 3/4 inch impact gun, an air impact that I had on that video. And well, obviously he's a diesel mechanic, so that's something right up his alley. And he asked me how much it was, and I said, whatever. And I just boxed up a few goodies and sent it to him. And well, you know what? That crazy guy, he boxed up a few goodies and sent them back. And he said, "Oh, I feel bad. What do you? I'll send you some. What do you want?" I said, "You know what? You don't need to send me anything first of all." And he goes, "No, I really want to." And I said, "Okay, if you're going to do it, then just surprise me. It doesn't really matter what it is. And I'm not picky, and I'm not. But you don't really have to do that." And I got to tell you, Brandon, he's just such a stand-up guy. I love that guy. And so, anyways, he boxed up a few goodies. Actually, it was 4 boxes that came through, 2 smalls, and then a couple other a medium box and a little bit larger box. But anyways, let's get the camera turned around and let's go see what Brandon sent our way. All right, here we go. Okay, so one of the very first things that arrived in the mail was actually this box right here. And so when we look at this, this is actually made by Hansen. It's a tap and hex die superset. And so number 4 through 1/2 inch. So it's made by the Irwin company, it looks like. And so when I come through here, the reason why he was asking me, he said, "Hey, do you happen to have this?" And I said, "Well, I do have a metric set." And so he said, "Well, I happen to have one that I wanted to send you, and so here it is." So this lid is kind of going to want to come down on us here. Oop, I lost one here. So I think that probably goes there. But what's nice about this set is that it is super durable, and it also has a lift out tray on it. And so as you can see, it comes pretty complete this way. And so, wow, how awesome is that? And so the reason why that's so good is because it's nice to be versatile and have a couple different sets, metric and SAE. If I'm thinking that, if I'm remembering this correctly, this is the first time I opened it up. This is what we're looking at here. So I think that one goes there. All right. So this was a beautiful set, and looks like it's very complete, doesn't it? And so I love this. So Brandon's used this before, and man, anything he's put his hands on and used, I'm just always happy to have in the collection that way, because man, he does some fantastic work, and so I love that. And so thank you very much, Brandon. That's a nice addition to the box, and so we'll put that in there. Let's see here, a couple other things that Brandon sent over. He sent over some of the goodies here, so let's look at some of these. He sent over some tools. One of them was this Craftsman, as you can see here, and it has that long C, number 3, thin wrench. Now, you know, one of the things I remembered Brandon that we were talking about was that he loves thin wrenches, but this was, I think, one of the only ones that he had or something like that. And so he was commenting how sweet those ones that I had were. So I boxed those up and I sent it on his way, since I had several sets anyways. And so he happened to send me back the one that he had, which is that long C. So man, that's cool. So do a little bit. Now this one here has a little bit of peeling on the chrome, but we can kind of blend that back in, and away we go. So man, that'll clean up real nice. So no worries about that, because those long C's, remember I have that drawer that has that. Now check this out, man. We got this adjustable locking pliers here, and it's a John Deere. Man, how cool is that? And so I love that, right? And so 10-inch John Deere, and as we go through and look at it on this side, everything looks nice and clean, and we open it up, and so bam, away we go. So we have that finger release that's there, so that's awesome. But my goodness, look at that. Now that'll add on to my John Deere collection, which I don't have very much of. So I'm always on the hunt to try to find some John Deere pieces that are USA. Now I've picked up some different ones that were John Deere, but they were actually made out of country. And so it's kind of nice to have that. All right, we got this one here, and check this out, a Proto 291. Same thing, locking pliers. Now this one doesn't have that quick release for the finger. You just pull it apart, but still, my goodness. Now somebody painted this one red, and so let's see what we have on this side. Same thing, Proto 291, it looks like. But my goodness, this thing will clean up really well. It has some writing down here at the bottom, so it's talking about some patents. And so let's see, 2 different patent numbers and another one that says other patent pending. And so, wow. Now, you know, we built up that Proto box, and it's coming along handsomely, by the way. So that thing is sweet. That's going to add right into that box as well. So how cool is that? He sent over a Klein Tools. Man, check that out. Man, a 10-inch Klein Tools. And so it says Klein Tools on that side. So I think it says Japan. But look at the jaws on that. Man, that thing is clean, isn't it? Wow, and this thing works smooth, by the way. Wow, love that. Love it, love it, love it. And so, man, Brandon, where do you find all these goodies at? This is just crazy. And so, wow, man, all of this. Look at this. Man, it's just beautiful, right? And so I love that. Let's see here. Brandon also sent over a drill index set, and it was a DeWalt. And so, wow, man, look at those. It looks pretty complete in there. Now, I did talk to him yesterday, and he said, hey, they may not all be DeWalt, but one thing's for sure is that they are all super sharp, and they will get the job done. And so, wow, man, a guy could always use those. Now, this looks like it has those, in fact, let me turn it around just a little bit. It looks like it has that step bit. You see that right there? My goodness, wow. Those are cool, cool, cool. Man, I love that. Check that out. What a beautiful, beautiful set. So Brandon sent that. All right, so we got that. Let's see here. The next goodies that he sent over. And you know what? When I was on the phone with him yesterday, I forgot to ask him, but check these out. I am in love with these bad boys. And so these are some gears out of Differential that he works on. And so some of the big trucks that come through there. And so they have to go through and replace them every once in a while and such like that. I couldn't tell a good one from a bad one, but anyways, he sent over 2 different versions of that. And so just for our garage decoration as we get going, whenever we go through and get our garage remodeled here, kind of resituate everything. So, man, I am in love with these. And so, Brandon, I forget, you told me one of the things you use this for, so please remind me if that wasn't it. And so, man, those are sweet. I want to put those just right there. And so, wow, look at that. So, man, that just looks like it's just tough, doesn't it? Okay, well, here's something else that Brandon sent over. I thought this was just the cutest little thing in the whole wide world. And I just thought, man, this is cool. Now, this one here, it's a little toolbox. And it's a little Craftsman toolbox. Yeah, look at that. This thing is perfect condition here, isn't it? Wow. All the way around, this thing is just nice. Now, it has a little tag on here, incidentally. And so on this tag, it says 1999 limited edition collection. Wow, check that out. Man, I have all kinds of Craftsman boxes like crazy, especially after that other big tool haul, but I don't have this one. In fact, I've never seen this one. So I flip it open and check it out. Wow, man, it has a little mini tool set that's built in to the bottom of this. Wow, look at that. Is that just amazing or what? Look at that little hammer. It says Craftsman on it. That little tape measure over there says Craftsman on it. Man, it's just cool, cool, cool. And so now I believe these are probably ornaments. And so, but my goodness, these things are awesome, right? And so I love that. And so, what do you think? Oh, my goodness. Look at that. There's not a dent, a scratch, anything on this bad boy. This thing is beautiful. My goodness, Brandon, you are just a wild, wild guy. In fact, I'm going to put that just like that, maybe. I don't know, maybe like this. I don't know. It all looks good. And so anyways, so there we go. We have that there. Now, Brandon, you crazy guy, you. In fact, let me kind of scoot this just a little bit around, just a little bit. I'm going to put this just right over here, I think. And so I don't want to hide that Hansen portion there, but I want to put that there. Okay, so now that we have this, he sent over some other pieces as if that wasn't enough, crazy guy. And so let me show you what he sent over for us here. I don't even, in fact, this one's still in the box, so I haven't even got it out. So Brandon sent over this air hammer. And so this is one he's used for a long, long time. And he got a different one, and he thought he'd pass it along to our collection. And so, my goodness, he said that he's done all kinds of business with this one here. And so, man, that is killer. And so every once in a while I use an air hammer, not too often though. But he also not only sent over the hammer, but he also sent over the bits that go along with it. And so, my goodness, we are in business, right? And so check this out. So we got all kinds of different ones. Now yesterday, I think he was telling me it was this one right here he used for exhaust, and so to kind of break apart the two pieces of metal, and it works really well, he said. And so that's kind of cool, right? And so all the ways that people use their tools is just pretty amazing. So we got a pretty complete set that way. So I love that. I want to put that just right on top of here, just because we got a few more pieces that we're going to need to take a peek at. All right. So next, what Brandon sent over was a rail. And so he sent over a snap-on rail. Let's see if I can grab it here. And so this snap-on rail, I've seen these. Now it didn't come with any sockets in it, but I happen to have a bunch of miscellaneous sockets that I could go through and use with that. Now this one has that magnet at the bottom. So that is cool, right? And so I love that. I want to fill that bad boy up real easy, I believe. And so I have a bunch of snap-on sockets that I find here and there at the different estate sales or garage sales that I go to. And so I think I'll be able to fill that up. Well, he sent over the red one, which is, I believe, what I use, the red color for my SAE. But he also sent over a black one, which is the metric. And this one does have the sockets in it. And so, wow, look at that. Look at that, man. So when we look at it, I come over here and pull it out. Here we are, snap-on, number 19. And so the model number. But look how clean these things are. Man, these things are beautiful. Look at that. Like brand new, right? And so, wow, look at that. So a whole complete set, 19 all the way down to, let's see what we have here, number 8 to 19. And so, my goodness, is that a beaut or what? Brandon, you are a wild, wild man. Check you out. Man, okay, so we got that. So that's that was one of the pieces that he sent over. And so he also sent over a few other pieces. And so let me show you these. And then we are getting close to the end because, my goodness, would you not agree this is like way more than enough? Well, he sent over a ratchet. And so we can see the snap-on FL 720. And it's a long-handled 3/8" ratchet. And so, wow. Doesn't that sound good? Wow, Man, this thing is clean, clean, clean. And so, wow, I love that. And so as we get going here, this thing is awesome. So I don't think I have a long handle 3/8. I'd open up the drawer, but my camera's right in front of that drawer. So we're going to open up that drawer in just a minute, and we'll take a peek then. Because the last thing he sent us is already in the drawer, the last couple things. And so, but my goodness, look at that. A long handle snap-on FL 720. Man, that is gorgeous. I'm going to put that just right over there. Hopefully it doesn't fall down. All right, he sent over another 3/8 inch ratchet. Check out this bad boy. It's a Mac. And so, wow, this thing is nice as well. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that bad boy right there. That is just clean, isn't it? Man, I love that. And so, yeah, this thing is sweet, sweet, sweet. Now, you've been around. We've been building up that little bit of Mac collection as of late. And so how cool is that, right? And so we're going to add that. And then the last ratchet, he sent over one more ratchet. And this one, I am just proud to have it in the collection for one particular reason. I'll show you why. And so he sent over a snap-on locking flex head, 1/2 inch drive, long handled ratchet. Man, I can't even get it in the camera. There you go, barely in the camera view right there. But check that bad boy out. Man, this thing is nice. Wow. This thing is smooth, fine tooth. Let's see what this one is, incidentally. So this is the SXB OB, I think it is, or 808, 80B, something like that. And so this is one big bad boy ratchet. And so it has that flex head that's locking as well. And so, my goodness, Brandon, what are you thinking, my buddy? That is just crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, this thing is beautiful. Now, the part of the reason why I'm just so proud to own that, he was telling me the story that he's got some other ratchets that he's using now, but he carved his initials in it. As we go through, he said he carved it because one time he was working in a shop and there was some theft going on, and so he wanted to make sure that if somebody got a hold of this one, he was going to make sure he could identify it back. And so one of his co-workers. And so, my goodness, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm going to lay that right here, and let's see if I can get my Mac to kind of get resituated here. And so put that right back there. Oh my goodness, what do you think about that? Is that a crazy haul that Brandon sent over, or what? Man, there's so many goodies here. I mean, these step bits, I mean, these drill bits, this index set, you can use those all the time. I mean, you don't need a air hammer, at least I don't very often, but when I do, man, you want something that can pack a punch, and that's cool. That long handle, the socket sets, the rail, the other tools, that Craftsman box, man, how cool is that? All right, well, the last things, there's two things that actually came in two different packages, but let me show you what else Brandon sent over. Let me open up my drawer here. And so this is my drawer where I've been keeping my snap-on ratchets. And so some of you guys have already seen my drawer before, but check this out. One of the things he sent over this little snap-on truck. And so, my goodness, how beautiful is that, right? And so I just thought, you know what, that looks good just like that. I want to put that right there. And so kind of with my memorabilia here. But you might notice something is a little bit different besides a few more pieces being added to the collection here. But what you'll notice is, notice the little snap-on logos. Check these out. My goodness, how awesome are those? Man, look at that. The old underline. And so this one was with the underline and the slanted dash, the 100-year snap-on. And then we have a few other ones on this side. And so we got this snap-on right over here. Let's see if I can even get them out. And so, oh my goodness, look at those. And so what I did with them is that I put them in here because I want to look at these bad boys and show off these little logos as often as I can. And so, my goodness, look at that. Wow, that little wrench down there. How cool is that, right? And so we have that one, and then there's one back there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that came in the set. And so how nice is that? Now that complements our little one that's right over here, which is the one that we got from Terry and Kristina when we jumped on that Snap-on truck. Remember that one? And so, man, how cool is that? And so, and then our Snap-on truck back there, we can't forget about that. Wow, how amazing is that? Wow, I love it, Brandon. That is probably one of the most beautiful things over the 100-year Snap-on. I don't know if I counted that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I did. Okay, so all of those, and then it goes to 100 years and then 105. Wow. Again, it's just amazing. So Brandon, thank you so very much. This collection is really filling out. And then just to kind of add to it, man, I don't even know where I'm going to put it. So now, you know, I said I didn't have one of those long handles. I don't. That is just straight. So as you can see, now I have one that's a flex head, and I do have one that's straight now. And I do have another one. It's about the same length, but now it's a bent handle. Talk about a complete set. Man, how gorgeous is that, right? And so, man, I love that. So I'm gonna put these right back in here, and we're gonna add this one right to the collection as well, Brandon. So thank you very much for that. And then, of course, we got our other big bad boy Snap-on. So as we come over here and look at this, all of my 1/2-inch stuff fits over here on this side. And so move this camera over just a little bit. Hopefully you can see it. And so this one would kind of go in this length area over here. Now I do have some long handles, but you can see this is that black oxide one that's here. And so with that flex head, it adds even more. I already had one. Now this one was my dad's, I believe. But now I got that even longer one that's there. So my goodness. So we're going to add that right into this collection. Now that one fits right over here next to that 3/4 inch breaker bar, and incidentally, even has right next to this alignment tool that we have from Snap-on as well. So how cool is this bad boy right here? So this one goes right into this area. You can tell I'm starting to overflow. I gotta kind of divide some of this out. But Brandon, thank you so very much for the ratchets, for these special emblems that we have here, and then that Snap-on truck. Man, you just made this drawer pop. You made it come alive. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. All right, let's get the camera turned around, and then let's close up the video. You ready? All right, let's do it. Okay, we are back. Wow. What do you think about that? Is that just crazy or what? I mean, Brandon, you're just one awesome guy. And not because you sent stuff back to us, but for just the very fact that you're just such a kind individual, and you're just always looking out for people's best interests. And friends out there in the YouTube world, this is just what he does here. That doesn't even include some of the other things that I'm aware of, and I'm sure there's a ton of things I'm not aware of that he does for other people. And so Brandon, you are such a stand-up guy. My goodness, you're setting such a fine example for people in your community, for the people in this community, and then your kids especially. And so I'm sure your wife loves you very dearly for that. So thank you so much for being a friend of the show, for showing your kindness back. You certainly didn't have to send anything. It's just you've done so much for us. We just wanted to do something for you, and here we go again. So, and so Brandon and I, we keep talking here and there, you know, every once in a while, and we both said at the exact same time, I just feel like I owe you something because we keep sending each other stuff. And so, but isn't that just the fun of it all, right? And so we just share and just kind of share the joy that way. All right, friends, did you have a favorite incidentally? I don't know. Man, there's some pretty cool stuff, right? The Snap-on's always cool. That little Craftsman box though, I mean, sheesh, look at that. I mean, you pop that bad boy open, the little handle even works. And so, wow, that's pretty killer. I love that. Oh my goodness. that ratchet with your initials on it. Wow. I own a piece of Brandon history now. That is just awesome. That just rocks, doesn't it? All right. I don't know. It's all my favorite, but those are probably two of the highlights for me. And so I love, oh, those little logos, those little ornaments that I put in the drawer to kind of show it off all the time. Yeah, those are pretty special. All right, but anyways, that's me. You guys decide, put it down in the comments. Hey, incidentally, while we're here, tell Brandon how he did. And so if you have a favorite, put that down in there. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of just hearing your comments as to which one struck your fancy that way. All right, guys, thank you so much. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like. It helps us with the ratings with YouTube. Hopefully YouTube kind of sees that people are liking the video, the content, and then they show it to other people. Man, we love that. We want to grow our community. So tell your friends about us. All right, friends, until next time, we'll see you on the next video.